I'm trying to save some money to sort of get a van and then, leave the streets. The streets are pretty weird, actually. I think I try and go for something a bit more solid and return to work. Yeah.
How long have you been on the streets for?
4 years. Yeah.
Man, that's tough. And where do you sleep?
Mainly at the bus shelter up by the police station. Yeah. It's pretty cold at times and it's hard, but, I'm trying to get back to work, so I had a bit of a spell. It was a bit, I was a bit lost for a while.
What made you get lost, Ihaka?
I think I wanted more in life, but I got angry about it. I didn't get, smarter. You need to be smarter. Yeah, and I learned to do that on the street, so it's quite good. Quite a lot of good people out here, If you talk to them, it gives you a good attitude. I sort of had a bad attitude.
A bad attitude. Later, Ihaka told me he'd suffered from schizophrenia. He was lost and didn't understand how to be normal, and didn't even really know what normal was.
It's quite abnormal on the street too. Yeah.
It's a tough life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's twisted, yeah.
So, 4 years on the street, sleeping in a bus stop, begging for coins, hoping for more, ignored by most. And we've brought a politician to meet him. This is Mark Thomas here, right?
Yep.
He's running for mayor.
Yes.
Now, there's a headline saying he wants beggars banned. How do you feel about that?
Well, no, begging's not that good, eh? People think they're getting money out of others or they're, doing something to, give themselves a life or a lifestyle, but it's never going to get anything there.
Ihaka doesn't want to be on the streets. His prospects are so low. Cold nights coming now, days spent hustling for spare change.
A hustle will get you a pie and a drink. You need something where you're developing and growing and something where you can succeed or move forward. Otherwise, it's always going to be on the street and arguing and bickering and, bad, perverted.
Mark Thomas, Ihaka is really honest about his situation, and he obviously doesn't want to be here. But equally, other than children, there aren't people who are much more vulnerable in our society than the homeless. And I wonder, are you picking on some of the weakest people in our society?
John, I'm trying to be more honest about this situation. So we've got around 150 people like Ihaka who are on Auckland city streets. It's probably more than that. We've got a 10-year action plan with 100 milestones, and we've got great people working on this problem, but we're not making enough progress, and I want to actually deal with it. I want to take responsibility for solving it, at least solving council's part of it, and that's what my focus is.
Aren't you just trying to suppress the symptoms? Aren't you just trying to hide the issue? So if we get rid of Ihaka, we won't think about homelessness, we won't think about people who are desperately in need of help.
See, the headline's not about the begging ban, the headline's about providing more effective support. So the ban's part of it, but you can only provide a ban if you've got somewhere for them to go. And so what I'm going to do is provide vacant council space, or ideally government space, because a lot of the issues really need government to kind of get in there, provide space for them to go to, and actually put more pressure on any government to actually lead the solution and provide the support that people like Ihaka need.
And what is the solution? What is the support?
Well, look, it's a multifaceted support. We all know that. We all hear about the complexity of the issues. I think you've heard here, different people need different things. Some people need education, some people need detoxing, some people just need training, some people need help navigating the government system with all the forms you've got to fill in. But I want to provide a place that we're not currently using. I don't want it to cost ratepayers anymore, where they can go and actually have government and everybody else, the fantastic people at the City Mission and LifeWise, come and provide help in one spot, rather than do what they currently do and coming and seeing them on the street.
What do you think of that, Ihaka?
That sounds like a better idea, yeah.
So you would welcome some help. You would welcome a centre where you would go.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, if we can go somewhere and get, go toward training or education or, even detox sounds real, because someone walking around the street 24 hours a day, sort of half cut. Yeah, start fight. Yeah. You can go back to a fight, or you can move ahead. Yeah. Something that actually does that is amazing, eh? I don't think anyone will care that way at all.
So Ihaka would welcome it, but isn't sure it will happen. A man who begs for coins simply can't imagine dollars being thrown at him. Is Mark Thomas simply trying to hide the problem, or is he truly offering Ihaka something better than a life with no roof?
Other cities are doing this. Manchester's doing this. Salzburg and even Fremantle and Perth are looking at a similar sort of approach for the begging ban. But it's not just about the ban, right? It's about providing the support that they need. And that's what I want to help lead.
Yeah, it's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah.